Here we go. I still need it quiet though. Got a lot to do. Now, your heading should be something along the line of section 4-4. You really don't have to put numbers down because I've got a lot to do today and we're not going to get through all of it. This is a 2-day event. All right, so just put section 4-4 at the top. That's all I really care about. Section 4-4. And then I've got a lot to show you about your calculator, so you got to really listen carefully. All right. Now, the first thing I want to do, though, is I need to eliminate this part. All right. Now, again, here we go. Now, one of the most important things, like I said, you're going to do when you take higher level math is write equations. All right, and today we're going to start with writing the equations, not just given a point and a slope, but you're going to write an equation of a line through a given point that may be parallel or it may be perpendicular. All right, so in order to make this unbelievable demonstration that you will be in complete awe and just probably have dreams about it tonight. All right, it's so fantastic. Right, you are sure. You watch. You will be dazzled. All right. First and foremost, all right, what I want to do is I need to tell you if lines are parallel. First thing you got to write down. If lines are parallel, they have the same slope. Come on, you can do this. If lines are parallel, they have the same slope. If lines are parallel, they have the same slope. All right, that's the first big thing. All right. Now, here is what we're doing. All right. I have this line right here. Y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Now, this is the symbol for parallel. The slope of the parallel line will equal what? Someone tell me who's been listening. What will it equal? Yes, thank you very much. It will be 1/2. The slope of the parallel line will be 1/2. Now, we wanted the parallel line to go through this point, -1, 2. All right. Now the fun part, where you get to use your calculator. So I need everybody to get out their calculator. You should have some good information now on how to use your calculator. Does everybody have a calculator today? All right. Now what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to go to y equals. Y equals. I want everybody to type in 1/2 x minus 3. Everybody go to y1 and type in 1/2 x minus 3. Now, I'm not asking you to graph it. I'm just asking you right now to just to type it in. All right? Because now your calculator has the ability also to plot points. Your calculator has the ability to plot points. So I'm now going to try to introduce that to you. All right? So in order to plot a point, all right, you have to hit the stat button. All right, now it's STAT. It's on there. Just look for it. I don't care. Everybody's going to have to look for something. I want you to find the STAT button and hit it. All right. Then, when you hit the stat button, where's the stat button? No, I didn't say hit second. I hit stat. Now, the next thing is edit. The first one is edit. So hit stat, and then hit enter again. And then there should be something like L1, L2, L3. That has to come up, and it has to come up blank. Let me see it, because I don't want to. So hit stat for me, right here. Then hit, see where it says edit, hit enter. And now you're good. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. You good? You're in there. You're in there. In there. You guys okay? L1, L2, all the way across, boys in the back. All right. Now listen to me. L1 L1 represents the x values, and L2 represents the y value. Listen. So under L1, I need you to type in -1. Then when you hit -1, now remember, you can't type -1, or it's going to be a syntax error. You have to hit -1. Then once you hit -1, under Y2, type in 2 and hit enter. Now, not doing anything yet. All right, not doing anything. All right, has everybody got that typed in? Now, hit graph. And really, the only thing that should come up is the line. The point does not come up. The reason why the point does not come up is because you haven't given your calculator permission to plot the points. Right now, the calculator's plotting point function is off. So we have to learn to type it, and we have to learn to put it on. All right? So to turn it on, I want everybody to go to y equals. Now, right above y1 is plot 1, plot 2, plot 3. You have to go up to plot 1 and hit enter. And when something is gray, that means it's on. All right? So go up, go up. And now, if you have done that, then you hit graph. And now the point comes up. You hear me? Now, some screens, remember, are messed up from yesterday. So remember, if your screen is bad, you go to Zoom Standard. Zoom Standard. And I need everybody to show me their calculator because I want to make sure it's working. Show me. If you have a point and a line, you're in good shape. Okay, now graph. Okay, well, first of all, you're messing it up. You got that. Let's start with 1 half minus 3. Now we have that. Now we don't have the point.
Yeah, I'm trying to use it, but it's not working.
Okay, quiet, please, quiet. How you doing? Yep, you did awesome. Now hit graph. No. Well, you just turned it off. So go back. Let me show you. It was on. Just go to Y. See, it's off now. So go back up there. Hit enter. Now it's off.
I'll know.
Okay, now we need to enter.
It says invalid dimension.
Yeah, I'll help you if you've got a dimension. Okay, so look what happened here. You're supposed to look at it. Hey, okay, for those of you guys, for the other kids, hey, listen now, one more time, and then I need to go around, and I'm trying to be patient, but you got to listen. I said specifically, hey, you're not listening now. You're going to get further behind. Just listen to what I'm saying. -1 is in L1 column. 2 is in L2 column. The cursors up, down, left, and right move it around. All right? If you have a dimension mismatch error, that's just saying that there's too many X's and not enough Y's. So as soon as you told me there's a dimension mismatch error, I knew you had plugged in for the X's and nothing for the Y. All right? You with me now, right? Now listen, I'm trying to also explain how intuitive it is. And again, I'm not saying you should know what dimension mismatch error is, but now I'm telling you you should understand that. It's trying to do something it can't do because you haven't done it properly. All right, is everybody with me? Now, everybody on your screen should have a point and a line. And our job is to find the only line that goes through that point that is parallel to that line. All right? So here's what we're doing. That looks good. All right? So now, I need your attention again. I have a slope and I have a what? Point. So how do I write the equation of that line? Point slope. Thank you very much. So to do that in point slope, it would be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We're going with that first. Thank you very much. Keep going. Very good. Now you just need to get that on your test. You hear me? All right, that's good. That's good. All right, now, that's not the right format, though, because I got to put it in slope intercept because we're trying to put it on the calculator. So now I have to distribute a 1/2. So y minus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. Everybody happy with that? Mm-hmm. And now what? I have to add 2 to both sides. So don't tell me 1/2 plus 2 is 2 1/2. Tell me it is 5/2. Y equals 1/2 x plus 5/2. Now, if you don't know how I got 5/2, raise your hand. 1/2 plus 2. 2 over 1. 2 is the same as 4/2. 4/2 plus 1/2. 5/2.
Oh.
Right? Right? What? Because you're not adding 2 plus 1. Think of it this way. If you have 2 pizzas, how many halves do you have? No, stop talking. If you have 2 pizzas, how many half pizzas do you have? 4. There you go. You're adding halves. 2 is the same as 4/2. 4/2 plus another half gives you 5/2. All right? Now, do me a favor. Under y2, everybody go to y2 now. And I want you to type in on y2 1/2 x plus 5/2. And then I want you to graph that. No, did I say clear y1? I did not say clear y1. That's why I keep fussing at you to listen. I said y2, under y2. Type in that equation. I never said delete anything. I said under y2, graph that. Now after you hit that into y2, hit graph. And the line should come out to be what? Parallel. And it should go through that. That should go through that point. Thank you. It should go through that point. All right? You need some? It's not parallel. What are you talking about? Come on, babe. Okay. No, listen to me. One more time now. There is an exact reason why I'm telling you, do this and it'll be correct. If you go off on your own and turn on plot 2 or delete something I'm not asking you to delete, I can't help you. Or I'm asking you specifically, do it this way. It's super nice to see it. All right? So now we're going to check out number 2. However, listen, on number 2, this one's too easy, so I'm going to cross this point out here for me. And we're going to make it 3 negative 5. We're going to make it 3 negative 5. All right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to y equals, and we're going to clear those two graphs out, and then we're going to type under y1 negative 4x plus 5. That's what I want you to do. Is everybody with me on this? Hello?
Yeah.
Right? Then I have to type in a new point. So I have to go back to stat, back to edit. Please do not delete. All right? Do not delete. All right? The reason I'm saying that is because if you delete L1, it's going to take me a minute to get L1 back. All right? So you can type right over things, or you can clear them. All right? Now, technically, there's nothing wrong with the delete, but it's a button that if you hit at the wrong spot, it deletes the whole thing, and we want it clear. So now, I didn't ask you to do anything. I said go to stat, go to edit, and then you replace under L1, you're going to type in what? 3. And then you go over to L2 and replace that with what? Not minus 5, negative 5. And then you hit graph. And then you should have a new what? You should have a new point. And you should have a new what? A new line. Oh, is it too close? All right, so here we go. I don't want to do that. So here we go, guys. I want to make this, change it for me. Change this 3. Let's make it like negative 4. Go back and change it to negative 4. That's a good practice anyway. Go to stat, edit, change the x to negative 4. And then let me look at it. You pay attention to what I'm saying, right? It's come on. Good, that's good that it's far off.
Yeah, now
it's right.
Is that how yours is?
Yeah. Oh, mine is like.
Yeah, no. Okay. Press stat and then edit and make L. Just type right over what you have right now.
Should I make it say graph?
Yeah. I saw that song.
We see girls. You got yours up? You got yours up?
I feel like you're like watching my.
Hey. All right. She's emailing me on a regular basis. All right, yes. Connor knows, trust me, because I got notes from his mama all the time. All right, so now I need some help. What is the slope of the parallel line? No, I want just the slope. I'm not asking for the equation yet. I just want the slope.
Oh, 4x.
What is the slope? Say it.
Negative 4x.
It is negative. No, it is
Negative 4.
just negative 4. Girls, come on. The slope is negative 4. Now, that's all I was asking for. All right, now write the equation. Good. Good. You with that or not? All right. Anybody have any issues? Issues? What issues? Anybody having issues? What? All right, now solve this. Y plus 5 equals negative 4x minus 16. Subtracting 5. Y equals negative 4x minus 21. Everybody with me? Now, I would like everybody now to go down to Y2, and if it's correct, it will be parallel, and it will go through that point.
Yay!
Very good.
Yeah, let's go. Yes.
All right. So now, listen, I'm feeling good about that. Hear me. Hey, hear me out, please. I have done now parallel. The other topic today is perpendicular. Now, perpendicular means two lines that intersect at a right angle. Two lines that intersect at a right angle. All right, now, boys in the back, are you with me still? Hanson, are you good? All right, if you need an extra time, I don't mind giving you a little bit extra time. But I want to know now, I'm getting ready to go to the next lesson. You good? Yeah. Is everybody good? What?
I have a problem. I plugged in the -4x minus 7. Oh, wait.
Good. All right. Now, here we go. I'm going to the next part. Now, listen, right now, for tonight, don't worry about 5 or 6. We're jumping right down to 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, give me your attention, because again, I need you now to write down what makes lines perpendicular. Lines are parallel if the slopes are equal. Lines are perpendicular if the slopes are negative reciprocals. All right? Lines are perpendicular if the slopes are negative reciprocals. Let me give you an example. If the slope was equal to 4/5, the slope, look at the symbol, the slope of the perpendicular would be -5/4. Listen to what I'm saying. If the slope of the line is 4/5, the slope of the perpendicular would be -5/4. That is a negative reciprocal. I'm going to give you another example. Let's say the slope of the line was 2. The slope of the perpendicular would be what? Very good. -1/2. All right? If I said the slope of the line was -4/7, the slope of the perpendicular would be, someone, 7/4. Now remember, what that means is the slopes are always opposites. If one's positive, the perpendicular is going to have to be negative. If one's negative, the perpendicular is going to be what? Positive. That's all that means. If you understand that, we're in good shape. All right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at question number 7. All right? What, someone who's paying attention, the slope of the perpendicular would be what? Cole, tell them, please. And listen on your own. Yes, sir. Thank you. Slope of the perpendicular would be 2/1, or we could just write what? We could just write 2. The slope of the perpendicular would be 2. And it passes through what point? And it's going to pass through the point -1/4. Everybody with me on this? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. It should be -2. Looking at number 8. So we're on number 7. -2, 3. Is everybody with me now? All right. Now, before I go any further, I would like everybody to go to y equals. Everybody go to y equals now. Clear it out. Clear out y1 and clear out y2. And you have to type in what? -1/2 x minus 4. Type in -1/2 x minus 4. And then, after you do that, we got to change the points. So you got to go to stat and then to edit. Stat and edit. And then you type in -2 and 3. You don't. Just go over it, I said. Right? You don't have to do it. Just do -2. Good. Let me see yours. Graph it. I want to see if you change your point. All right. Let me see. Looking good. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. You got it? Come on now. Okay, I'm asking you right now to type in under y1 this and passing through that point. So you got to put that point in. You got it? Okay, so go to, let's see what you did. Go to y. Is that right? -1/2 x minus 4 plus stat. Edit. And type in -2 positive. That's all. You guys good? You guys good? Good. Hey, boys. Good, good, good. Over here, do it again.
Yeah, you don't know the words.
Yeah.
Don't So it will be there. Syntax is number 2. I'm going to tell you, what did I say syntax means? Syntax means negative. You put minus. Don't change it. It's telling you what the error was. You understand me what I'm saying, right? Go to tell us the error was. Okay, now here we go. Type in everybody make sure you typed in the negative 1/2 x minus 4. And then I need the equation. I want you to do me a favor. For number 7, what would the equation be?
Number 7, it's y minus 3
Good.
equals negative 2, just 2, and then x minus 2, plus 2.
You with me, right?
Yeah, not bad.
Come on now. It doesn't matter. I don't care. All I do is just when you're supposed to make your mistakes. Just if it's careless mistakes, not a big deal. If you learn something, I'm happy. All right, so now we're solving for y. Y minus 3 equals 2x plus 4. And then I add 3, so my answer is y equals 2x plus 7. So now under y2, I need everybody to plug in 2x plus 7. And then show it to me. What? Good for you, man. No, because now you may not be able to see this right here. Shh, shh, shh. That's a negative sign.
Oh.
Right. That's okay. Now, again, I need your attention. I want everybody to show me. Look, let me see. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. You good? Now, I'm glad you said that because I appreciate you listening to me. Listen, you should be able to look at that and you should be able to say, well, he said it was going to be a right angle. That does not look like a right angle. Do you agree with me? Everybody, does that look perpendicular? It doesn't look perpendicular. Now I'm going to try to teach you something. Come on, Bane. What's the matter? Come on. Y equals, no, just let me explain something now. When I'm talking and you're trying to figure something out, it makes me think something's wrong. It shouldn't look perpendicular. It should be perpendicular. Now, I need your eyes up here so I can teach you something about technology. Listen, Mr. Griggs. Your screen, look at your screen. Is your screen a square? No, it is a what, actually? It's a rectangle. So if you measure this way, and you, come on, pay attention, and you measure vertically, and we say that's 3 inches by 2 inches, or whatever it is, that's going to distort the screen. Is everybody with me? Because the X will be longer than the what? Than the Y. Is everybody hearing what I'm saying? The X will be longer than the Y. All right? So it's not going to look perpendicular. Now I'm going to show you how you can see that it's perpendicular. I want everybody to hit the zoom button. Now, your computer has the ability to change the screen so that it is actually square. Right? So if you hit 5, it squares off the screen, and now when it draws the line, it actually looks what? It actually looks perpendicular. Look how distorted it was. That's why I'm fussing at you, because you're off in La La Land somewhere. I'm not sure if you're listening to me. All right? Come on, girl. What are we doing here? Y equals 1/2 x minus 4. It should be negative 1/2 x minus 4. Then this should be 2x plus 7. Then stack, edit. We're going through the point, negative 2, 3. Then zoom, square. Follow along. You're like 2 steps behind me because you're trying to do something. I don't know what. All right. Hey, now, listen. Today has been a really good day if you know how to use the calculator, right? By plotting points, graphing lines. You're supposed to now make a good observation of lines are parallel if the slopes are equal. Lines are perpendicular if their slopes are negative reciprocals. You should know that. Now, this is a 2-day event. This is a 2-day event. So here's what I'm asking you to do tonight. All right? not all the work, because I told you, just let me change things up. All right, so here's what I would like for you to try to do tonight. I'd like for you to go down and do 11, 13, and 15. And then I would like for you to do the perpendicular odds, 23, 25, and 27. You're writing those equations. Everybody hear me? You're writing those equations. Now, honestly, hear me, listen to me. Do I want you to use the calculator?
Yes.
If you are struggling with the calculator, here now again, I'm trying to say something, so I need you to hear me. You got to listen. Hey, everybody's got to listen to me now. Do I really know if you're going to use the calculator?
No.
There's no way for me to know. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really even care. I just want you to be super smart. If you know how to use a calculator, you're ahead of most people in high school, honestly. All right? And you guys know a lot more about the calculator than most kids do already. But you have to practice. So if you're struggling and I'm not sure, and you're fumbling around with the numbers, just practice a couple times. We're going to work tomorrow on this. All right? I ask you just to write the equation. That should really take you literally 7 minutes to do. If you understand how to write the equation of a line. It's a 7-minute process. It should be that quick for you. I'm asking you to make sure that you know how to use your calculator, though. All right? Practice a couple of them. You don't have to do them all on the calculator, but practice. If you get an error, right, try to fix the error. If you can't fix the error, if it ever comes up go to, hit the go to button. It'll take you right where your error is. Now hear me, one more last thing. If there's a dimension mismatch error, hello? If there is a dimension mismatch error, that means you're telling it to plot a point and it can't. Which probably means you entered, instead of an X and a Y, you put it in 2X, all right? Or you put an X and another Y, all right? So that's all I'm trying to tell you, all right? So again, guys, fantastic day for today. I appreciate it. Hopefully you know how to use the calculator after today. If you ever want to come in the afternoon at whatever, you guys have choice because you're struggling a little bit, please come in and let me work with you a few minutes. All right? Does anybody have any questions? All right, get busy. Good job.